What's up, everybody? Rothstein here, Betting Public Sports Show. I'm your beloved host, Fame Rothstein, a.k.a. Hacksaw Jim Thuggin. Today is Saturday, February 14th, 2026. Please like and subscribe to the video. Leave comments. Share the content. All right? Because I got one pick for you today on this Valentine's Day. You know, you're going to be out all day with your shorty, with your boo, with your Valentine, you know, and I'm going to help you get to a bag for the day to buy her something or him. You know, we got a few ladies listening on, All right, but yeah, I'm going to help you get to a bag to go, get them something nice. But it ain't going to be until later, because it's a 10 o'clock game, 10:30, I believe, or 10 o'clock Eastern, all times Eastern, on the Betting Public Sports Show, all right? It is 8th ranked Gonzaga, 25-2 on the year, going to take on Santa Clara, West Coast Conference, I believe, that conference they're in. It's going to be a good game. It should be, because they last played January 8th. Gonzaga won by 12, something like 89-77 at Gonzaga up there in Eastern Washington. Now they go to Santa Clara. Santa Clara hasn't lost since that game. They haven't lost since January 8th. And every game that they've been in, win or lose, they've put up 70-something. Gonzaga, on the other hand, has put up 70. Santa Clara's 22-5, by the way, or something. They're either 25-5 or 22-5, something like that. Like I said, Gonzaga's 25-2. Gonzaga has put up 70 points in every game except for two. Against San Francisco. They're the deacons of defense for that conference, because they also kind of locked up Santa Clara in a game. And Michigan just fucked them up, beat them by 60, like 101-41 or 101-61, something like that. They beat them by 40. They fucked them up bad. Michigan did. Santa Clara, coached by Herb Sendek. Us here in the Republic of Cincinnati, we're familiar with Herb Sendek. He used to coach the Miami of Ohio Redhawks, or it might have been Redskins at the time. But yeah, that team that's the only undefeated team in college basketball right now, Miami of Ohio, who might lose because they got players going on some fraternity shindig. They're gonna miss a game coming soon. I think it's today. But the over-under is 157.5. It's going to go over. Why? Because Gonzaga can't defend. They couldn't defend. They couldn't keep a team from getting 77 on their own court. They're not going to stop them on their home either. Herb Sendek and the Santa Clara, they're known for putting it up. They score points. And I'm gonna give you the final score is gonna be 83-80. Santa Clara. I think Santa Clara is gonna win. They're plus 154 on the money line. But the official pick for the day show is over 157.5. The game's gonna go over into the 160s. Because Gonzaga cannot defend. Chet Holmgren ain't walking through that door. You understand me? They can't defend. So that's what we're going to take. Like I said, very easy today. But I also like Santa Clara on the money line. I like Santa Clara on the money line at plus 154. If you take that, I'm not mad at you. I'm going to take it. It's just not the official show, the official pick of the show. The official pick of the show is going to be over 157.5. I told you, there's nothing going on today really except college basketball. There's some college softball and baseball, we'll get into in a couple weeks. Let these, this is those teams' first games. A lot of tournaments, where the money lines are going to be like way out there. Some of them won't even be on the money line. The runs will be -5.5 because, you'll have like, these teams from the South playing somebody from way up north. Like, somebody from the South is playing like UConn. When is UConn practiced? At least in Connecticut, when have they practiced? It's cold up here in the northern hemisphere. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and take for men's college basketball, 10 o'clock hour, Santa Clara hosting Gonzaga. We're going to take that game to go over 157.5, all right? So there you have it. You got plenty of time. Get online, get in line, and get to the bag. You know the show's motto. There's games to be played. There's money to be made. Don't forget, check me out. I'll be leaving stuff throughout the week, and we'll be back. I'm going to try to come back Monday. If not, we'll definitely be back next Saturday and Sunday. But I'm going to see what's going on Monday after All-Stars. Actually, I'm sorry, not Monday. Next weekend, Friday. After All-Star weekend, in the NBA. NHL's on hiatus because of the Olympics. So kind of a slow time in sports right now, especially in sports betting. Not a lot to deal with, but we'll be back next weekend heavily. All right. So, but in the meantime, like I said, like and subscribe, and we'll be back next weekend. And until then, everybody be safe. Peace.